Oh.
Yeah. It's been last time, actually, it's something I want to talk to you about. Last time we had the podcast was right before the Super Bowl. And do you remember your prediction?
No.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Guess who you thought would win? Go ahead.
I don't remember who they played in the Super Bowl.
The Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
You know. You thought the Eagles would win. And then I threw out my score. I said, it'd be 38 to something. And you said, that's too high. And the score was 35-38. I think.
Ooh.
And you said, no, that's too high. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a low 20s.
Cool. So if there's people who care,
you
win.
So if you're a betting person, I wouldn't bet it.
I'm not a betting person, but I'm usually right.
Speaking of betting, after that I started a new job at casino doing marketing, which is exciting.
Dealing craps.
No craps, just marketing stuff.
How's that going?
Good. We had a lot of promotions. Obviously we have a lot of promotions like every weekend. Actually, I would be working today, but it's Easter weekend.
Oh, that's right. You're not working today. I didn't even think about that when you texted me the other day about doing a podcast. Today. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You go on like noon on Saturdays or something?
Like between noon and 2, and then stay till like 9 or 10.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of sucks.
Is that just like events that are going on?
Promotions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Promotions. The race is coming up next month, like May 6th, I think, that weekend.
Ready for all the hillbillies?
So we're gonna have a lot of people, I think. And it's cool because the Hollywood Casino is right by the track. They have a restaurant actually called Turn 2, which I've told you before has really good pizza, and it's literally right there, right practically on the racetrack. So I'm excited to see race week, and I'm excited to just hear, how loud it is, and maybe sneak a peek through the windows. And
so you've never been to a NASCAR race?
Never been to a NASCAR race. I've been to an Indy race, and we were in like the press boxes, kind of like.
I went to one last year, and it was so boring.
Here at Kansas Speedway?
It was so bad.
Yeah.
Like the opening ceremonies are cool. That's awesome. Like the first few laps are cool, but it is so boring. It was so I left.
Oh, really?
I was like, yeah, I was with a couple people. It was a work thing, actually. And I was with a couple people, and I was like, yeah, I'll probably go about 30, 40 laps in. Dude, they take forever to get to 30, 40 laps because of all the cautions. And then
man.
And it was like lap 5, and it started raining, so they delayed it. And then they went back. I got to like lap 10. I said, guys, I'm out. Oh, you're already leaving? I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't find my pickup in the parking lot, and I had to call my mom. Like, Mom, I can't. She's like, what are you? She's like, what are you doing? Like, oh, just walking around the parking lot here at Kansas Speedway, because it's not even really a parking lot; it's just grass, just a grass field.
Yeah, it is.
She's like, okay. I was like, I can't find my car. I can't find my pickup. She's like, what do you mean you can't find your truck? I was like, I cannot find my truck. I've been searching for like 20 minutes and I can't find it. I swear it was right here. I left it right here, but it's just like. It is acres and acres and acres of vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
It is just loaded.
Yeah, I was surprised, because I think they have parking for the Speedway almost by Legends, really close to Legends. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, it's...
She was like, do we need to come pick you up? I'm like, no, but let's put a pin in it, maybe. I seriously cannot find... I've been searching forever. I'm actually, concerned. I was so confident it was in one area, and I know it was here. I remember I parked near that truck. I thought someone swiped it or something, stole it.
Oh, yeah.
Did I leave the keys in it again? Because I leave my keys in my truck all the time. But
so did you end up finding it?
Yeah, I found it total opposite side of the parking lot.
An hour later on lap 12.
It was a long time later.
Yeah.
It was a long time later. Yeah. But it was nice because there was no traffic when I left. I just boot scooted out of there. But no, the races are cool. Like I said, the opening ceremonies are awesome. It's very patriotic and cool. But on the race, I'm not a fan of the whole left turn.
Yeah,
thing
no, I
the
understand.
whole time.
I understand. So for the Daytona 500 this year, it was like my first or second week there.
Yeah.
And we had a promotion where there's 3 different elements to the thing. There's the start of the race, and there's there's different checkpoints, I guess, and there's the final lap. And so our promotion was guess which number car would be in the lead. It would be odd or even, and then we'd draw from a drum, and people would win stuff. In the Daytona 500, Literally had 5 laps left, and we're like, "Oh, we get to go home. It's great." Caution after caution after caution, and the 5 laps lasted like an hour. And I was like, and I looked it up the next day, or when we were at work, and I said, "You're not going to believe this, but that was the longest Daytona 500 ever." And I was like, "Of course, that would be like the third day I'm at work, in this promotion to last that long." But yeah, I'm not too big of a NASCAR.
I like
fan.
racing; it's cool, but to watch it, I don't know, man. And like, yeah, it's NASCAR, and people are like, "Oh, the noise of the cars and stuff." Like, dude, it gets old after the first like 10 laps. You're like, I'm over this noise, man. It's like it's starting to get annoying. it's like you're about to go crazy. It's like playing the Wiggles song for like a person in like a psychiatric thing. Like it's like it'll make someone go nuts.
Well, it is baseball season, and the Royals have won like 2 games. They're like 2-7 or something.
I saw that today. I looked that up today, but I've been watching so much baseball clips.
They didn't even score their first run until like their 3rd game.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to build a new stadium to try to bring people in. Like, if they're not good, I don't really think people are going to want to go regardless. I mean, maybe if they put it downtown to where people are like, oh, what else should we do today? Oh, there's a game today. It's within walking distance of shopping. Like, oh, we'll do that. I'm sure that's what their reasoning is, but man,
you're gonna, by putting that stadium downtown, if they end up doing it, they're gonna shut a lot of people out though. It's not gonna be family day at the K anymore. It's not gonna be like a family. I don't feel like it's gonna be like a family oriented park, which is why I like that park.
Why don't you think that?
Because you're just around bars and restaurants.
Well,
and a lot of riffraff.
If they decide to do it like in North Kansas City, they would probably build like a shopping district around it. I think that if they built it from the ground up, it probably would be more. It wouldn't be like Power and Light or something, around the stadium.
And what would they do with the old stadium?
Maybe tear it down, probably turn it into parking for the Chiefs, and the Chiefs would probably get a new stadium. I mean, they're thinking about moving the Chiefs too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've always thought that. Yeah. Well, I've always thought that Kauffman Stadium was like one of the most beautiful stadiums in the Major League. Like the fountains, the big jumbotron.
It's never like overly crowded. It's the walking areas and stuff are really, really spread out. So, if it's the 6th inning, nothing's really happening. Let's go walk through the little Royals museum thing where they got the trophies and stuff.
I like Kauffman. I really do.
I love going to Royals games. I hate going to Chiefs games. It's not fun to me. It's not fun. It's too loud. The type of people that are there are too passionate about something so stupid. And baseball, you can just kind of sit and enjoy it and cheer your team on. And if you're not dealing with a bunch of drunk idiots. It's a family-oriented park. That's why I like it, because it's just calm. What?
Nothing. I just like hearing you talk about like football, because I know like football doesn't matter to you, but it's such a big thing here, because the Chiefs are.
It is now until the Chiefs start sucking, and then we'll be back to normal.
Back to the good old days.
Back to the good old days of Matt Castle.
Yeah. Dwayne the Bathtub Bow.
Was that his nickname?
No, I don't think it was. No, I don't think so.
No, I've been watching a lot of baseball clips on TikTok. That's all I've done the last few days because baseball's going. So
yeah. So let's talk about. We've talked about this a little bit before, but baseball, I think, is kind of in not a very good place as far as being able to watch it, and as far as maybe like the intensity throughout the year, because first off, if you want to watch the game, you have to subscribe to a specific channel. It's Bally Sports, and you have to like subscribe to it specifically. And then even then, like they'll black out some of the games. Or like if you pay for MLB TV, which I get free through T-Mobile, I can't watch Royals games because they're blacked out because Bally Sports has exclusive rights to it. And I think that's ridiculous. Like, you can't watch your own team unless they're on like primetime, or you go to a game or you pay for Bally Sports. I think that's one issue, is that they make it so hard for you to watch your own home team. Also, too, I'm just going to go on a tangent.
Okay.
Also, too, I think that, well, I can't remember. Shoot. That's my tangent.
Good tangent.
No, I just think it's ridiculous. Also, too, okay, so let's talk about baseball in general. Because you mentioned before.
That's what we were doing.
You mentioned before that you don't like how football interferes with baseball postseason.
Takes a lot away from the World Series.
Yeah. I think that to make games matter more, because you can go to a game and like Royals lose, it's not that really big a deal until you get to later in the
season.
a season
Big hit to their season.
I think what they should do is shorten the season and maybe play less games, so that way each game has a little more meaning. I think
I totally
would be
agree
good.
They should
I think you could
shorten
you could start the season at the same time in April or March, wherever, and then end it. I would end it at like, I don't know, maybe August, because that's right when preseason football does it. But at the same time, I like watching playoff baseball games in fall, and it's a little chilly. Like, that's a good experience. But
I have to agree, though. I do think that baseball seasons go too long. It's too many games.
Yeah, because I think the more games you have, the less like it matters. That's why I think people are so passionate about football games.
Yeah,
it's because they play once a week. They only play 18 games, so every game has a little more.
Oh yeah,
has a little more like weight to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So maybe that's something to do. But what do you think about the changes to like the pitch clock? Have you heard about that? That's a big one.
Yeah.
They've also changed that a batter can only call timeout once when they're at base. A pitcher can only throw to a base 3 times if there's a runner on it before the runner can advance a base.
Yep.
And they also made it to where you can't do these crazy shifts where they used to have it to where like four people would be on one side of the field. Now they've made it to where you have to have at least 2 infielders on either side of second base, which I think it is pretty like. I think these changes, and I watched a video, and I think these changes are good for baseball. And I think baseball MLB players hate it, specifically the pitch clock, which I don't agree with, because here's the thing. Okay, so they put a pitch clock in MLB. They have, from the moment the ball hits their mitt, in between pitches, they have like 15 or 20 seconds to get the next pitch off. I don't understand how that is that big of a deal when you play like Little League, college and stuff. Dude, you get the ball back from your catcher, you're on the mound already, ready to get the sign and ready to pitch. I think they've I think maybe baseball players at the major league level gotten a little spoiled with like doing these really long, rituals before they get up to the plate, or before they get ready to pitch. Like, I think that did you watch some of these people who do their windup and stuff? They're like doing these like. Their freaking windup takes 30 seconds.
Yep.
I think that's kind of ridiculous. I think these changes are going to be better for the game.
Well, I can already tell you the pitch counter and then the field shifting, I think will make the game more competitive.
Yeah, I agree.
And more importantly, it'll make it go faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because in my opinion, 9 innings shouldn't take 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
The average game time of in 2021 was like 3 hours and 9 minutes.
That's not necessary.
Especially when you have that many games in a season.
Yes.
That's
why they're like in no rush, because another game's going to happen. Another game's going to happen. So it's like, let's just get
and in fact, I know some players who have been called, like, there was one game, it might have been in spring training. Bases were loaded. It was bottom of the 9th. There was 2 strikes on a guy, and the batter is supposed to like keep 1 foot in the batter's box at all times. And he didn't, and they called a strike on him, and that was the game. I mean, I just don't think that these rules are that big a deal. I think, honestly, they're just like too, I don't know if spoiled is the right word, and granted.
No, I think you're right.
I haven't played baseball since like 1 year in college, but I just don't see why it's that big a deal.
I think they're good.
I think they're good changes, too. And I think they'll be really good. Really good, but I always do get excited for baseball season. I mean, I love football season, but there's just something special about baseball season, and also too, MLB The Show, the video game is out on Xbox Game Pass, and my brother and I love to play each other in that. That's a lot of fun to play online. So that's always a good time, and not just playing against my brother, but playing against anybody. It's a little more relaxed. It's a lot of fun. Creating your own team.
Still kind of trash talk a little bit. It's competitive.
Well, yeah, if it's me and my brother. But usually if you're playing against somebody else, you don't hear their mic or nothing.
Oh, they better have it turned on. With me.
If you talking crap the whole time. And I mean, my brother and I have played a lot of games, and there's been a lot of great moments. Like, we had a game that went to like the 18th inning last year. We had a game where I won because I did like a suicide squeeze. So like I sent the roller from third and bunted, and Caleb was all pissed off because it was like ninth inning or something.
I think I've listened to you guys play that before.
Yeah.
It was one last year or something, and you guys are hilarious to listen to.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I would love to play that. Problem with sports games now out is just they come out with a new one every year. And I don't feel like there's big updates in it, ooh, the next MLB's coming out. It's going to be like the one before. Maybe just some subtle changes here and there.
I'd have to disagree.
People have been saying about Madden for years.
Well, Madden is literally like a scam at this point. You're pretty much playing for a roster. You're buying the game for a roster update every year. I mean, they know that.
Yeah.
And you know what? They make a lot of money because they do this thing called Ultimate Team where people will pay money to buy cards, or like not even buy specific cards. They'll pay money to buy a pack and try. It's almost like little gambling. Like you pay that money for a pack, you open it, see what you get. You don't get what you want, you keep buying packs. And in fact, EA, who makes Madden, went to court because they were accused of that over in Europe, I think. But
that makes sense.
MLB, every year, in my opinion, MLB The Show is probably the best sports game out there. I don't really play FIFA. I'm not a big soccer guy. Maybe EA does a good job with that. NBA 2K seems to be pretty fun, but I think when it comes to Madden, yeah, you're paying for a roster update every year, and it's a waste.
Huh.
But when it comes to MLB, they actually do make pretty good changes every year. For instance, this year there's it makes throwing more challenging, which is a little fun game to do.
Yeah, but you could do a game update.
Yeah, maybe
you can do a game update.
I think they update the visuals too, but I don't know a core feature like that. If you can just do an update that changes that, I think it's a little more technical than that. But I think MLB, when it comes out every year, there are changes that are pretty substantial, that are like pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But they got the basic formula down for MLB. I mean, it's a beautiful looking game. The animations look great. It's not not as clunky as Madden, of course, but it's a lot of fun.
Madden's always been kind of clunky though, hasn't it? Like always has been.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
I swear, Madden 2008 on the Wii was the best one. Go over to Ryan's house and play it on the Wii. Like, oh, dude, I got it. I got his Wii in my garage, actually.
Well, I remember we went over there and we tried to play Rock Band, and it was in black and white because
it was his parents had that. It's a basement TV. It wasn't updated or anything, and it was.
I'm sure though it was probably the cords on the Wii.
I don't know. He brought me his Wii a year and a half ago, and it's still in my garage. At least I think it is. I could have thrown it away last winter.
No, I'm sure it's still in there. I think I've seen it in there.
Oh, okay. Whatever. But baseball, I miss baseball, man.
Yeah, me too. It's a good time. When
good weather, and I miss playing it. Those were the good days, man.
Yeah, I do miss the field too. Those were fun days. Sometimes I'll think about
the perfect love story to baseball to me is Field of Dreams with Ray Liotta playing Shoeless Joe, and he talks about how great baseball is and stuff. I remember I was like a little kid, I feel that way too. Seriously, it was just I love the game so much. I couldn't tell you a single player. Maybe Aaron Judge, Mike Trout. I was watching a lot of Mike Trout videos today on
Shohei
TikTok.
Ohtani.
Who?
You don't know who Shohei Ohtani is?
He
came onto the scene like a year or two ago, and he is literally like a MLB creative player. He can pitch up to 101 miles an hour. He pitches amazing, and then he cranks homers.
Oh.
You don't know Shohei Ohtani? Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's on the Angels with Mike Trout.
I grew up watching Derek Jeter. I was a big Derek Jeter fan. I was a big Johnny Damon fan too, because he was a center fielder, or at least an outfielder.
Did you know that the Royals had Johnny Damon?
Yep. In the early
Raul
years.
Ibanez, Mike's. We had a
Carlos Beltran.
We had a good team.
Yeah,
that was how did we not at least go to the playoffs?
The Royals, I feel had a lot of these well-known players. They had them towards the beginning of their career, and then they went to different clubhouses.
Jermaine Dye, you remember Jermaine Dye?
Oh yeah, they went to different clubhouses, and that's when their career took off, and they started getting good. Maybe they started shooting up. Those were the. I think I've said this before, man, but I miss baseball when people are on steroids.
I mean, it definitely
so much. It was so entertaining, man.
I think what actually messed up baseball was when there was a strike for like in the early 2000s and people lost interest in it a little bit. But yeah, no, steroid baseball that time brought a lot of people in. I mean, and then you
Good
had
documentary about that.
You had Sammy Sosa,
you had A-Rod,
cork bats,
Barry Bonds.
I
always really liked Mark McGwire.
Oh yeah,
Mark McGwire. Yeah. No one on the Royals was ever accused.
And guess what? We sucked.
I wonder. Yeah, because we sucked, or at least no one was looking into us.
Yeah,
like, man, they got a couple good players.
I remember we had Matt Stairs. He was like he played in right field. I remember Matt Stairs.
Who was the glove winner?
Mark Grudzielanek or something?
No, the pitcher.
Jimmy Gobble, Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke.
He's with us now too.
Yeah, I know. He came back. Yeah. And did you ever watch? I've watched
dude, he's
kind of messed up.
He's kind of weird.
He had
to leave the Royals in like 2005 or something because he just was having like really bad anxiety or something.
Yeah.
But he's funny to watch. Like he seems like a guy who like knows he's kind of like that way, and so like he'll do some things that are just funny. He'll throw pitches that are like 50 miles an hour and there'll be a big loop and people like swing out of their shoes on it. Yeah. That's pretty funny. And he'll start smiling and stuff.
Zach Greinke he's entertaining, but he's a little different.
Yeah,
he's a little different.
Yeah. But I as far as the Royals go, we have a good young team, but we just can't do anything. Maybe we'll get it together. You never know what could happen, but
I don't know, man.
I would love to go to a few games this year though.
No, I'll go to more than a few. What do you think about that? 3. I'll go to 4.
No way.
Yeah. I like back in the 2014-2015 season days of the Royals, which was really the best. They had like 6 all-star players, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the World Series, they got rid of Hosmer. They got rid of
Lorenzo Cain, Mike Moustakas. Alex Gordon, we signed.
Yeah, we re-signed him, right?
We kept him back, which
he was almost to the end of his career anyway.
So it was nice that we signed him to a contract so we could end as a Royal, but we probably should have kept Lorenzo Cain and got rid of Alex Gordon, and then
they should have just kept Hosmer simply for the marketing around him. He was also a good player. Don't get me wrong; he could hit.
Yeah,
but they should have just kept him simply for the marketing.
Yeah,
he was. It's like Travis Kelce on the Chiefs right now. He's the pretty boy. All the women like him. That was Hosmer. They should have just kept him simply for the marketing.
Yeah, I agree.
But those were some good
since
times.
They've left, they haven't really done anything. In fact, I think Lorenzo Cain is coming back to Kauffman either this week or he just came to Kauffman to retire as a Royal. Oh. But you know what? The Royals winning the World Series really made me realize is that for the most part, it is tough to go to the World Series and win and create almost like a dynasty because you have to have all these components fall into place perfectly. Like I think for us, we had, and of course, Yordano Ventura got killed down in his hometown.
Oh,
and that I think that was when. I'm like, man,
you're probably right.
Royals are just cursed because he was like our starter for the World Series, and he threw like super fast. He had an attitude about him,
too.
Man, like when he passed, that just kind of. I think that's when things really went downhill for the Royals, and it was like, man, well, can't believe it, and like I said, I think that's when things really went downhill. But it's so hard to get the right pieces to the puzzle at the same time. For like I said, for the Royals, we had a good farm system. We had these people who were coming up and hitting their strides at just the right time. Lorenzo Cain, Mike Moustakas, Yordano Ventura. Alex Gordon was a guy who was with us for a while and did good. But then once we had like that good core group of people, we then went out and got veterans, to help us out with things. Like we had Raul Ibanez there as more like a pitch or a hitting coach. We went and got Johnny Cueto as a pitcher. And we had, a good second baseman. I can't remember his name, but we had a good. So, and who was that guy who played? He won the World Series with the Royals in 2015. Then he went to the Cubs and won their World Series the next year.
Oh,
he
was involved in major lawsuits a few years back.
Yeah, because his wife
Zippy. What was his? No,
I know. Yeah, sorry.
It's like an odd last.
Swanson.
No, not Swanson.
Because his wife cheated on him with their pastor, and they were stealing money from his
Foundation.
charity.
Yeah, from his charity.
And so he left the game because of that. Which that guy was like a great Ben Zobrist.
Zobrist, not Zippy. Close.
That guy was a good guy. Like I couldn't believe that that happened.
He was like the dude next door playing ball who worked hard to get there type. You know, he
had a crazy story because he won a World Series with the Royals in 2015. Then he went to the Cubs and they won their first World Series in a crap long time. Yeah, and I was like, oh man, this guy just needs to go to places that Yeah, but. In baseball, that's the thing is like I think it is so much harder to create a winning dynasty than it is in like football or something. I mean, the Angels have Mike Trout.
I didn't know he left the game.
Yeah, Ben Zobrist left because of all that stuff that was going on. I'm pretty sure, or just
he still had a career left though. I still think he probably had maybe 5 more years left to go.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I mean, it's crazy to think that the Royals went to back World Series. Lost the first one, won the second one.
Who'd they lose to the first one? The Giants? Madison?
It was the Giants, yeah.
I remember that.
Because Bumgarner started the game before Game 7, and then he came in to close out Game 7, and I was like, you guys have seen this. Like,
I remember what? Joe Buck was in love with him. And everyone was so pissed. I was pissed.
Yeah.
The whole game, I'm just, Madison Bumgarner can have my children. I mean, he's just, he was just talking him up like crazy.
I think 8 or so months after the World Series, I was like, dude, Joe Buck is still probably talking about Madison Bumgarner. Like I tweeted it out or something. It was annoying.
Every time he's announcing a game, I think of that day. I seriously do. Like, man, I remember watching that. Like, dude, shut up.
Yeah,
shut up. You never played the game a day in your life.
Yeah, I know. Nerd. Yeah, that was really annoying. And it's always I don't know. It's always annoying whenever there's like a big game and he's like announcing or something. I don't know. I'm not a big Joe Buck guy. I don't hate him, but I'm just not a big Joe Buck fan.
I'm not saying he's a bad announcer. I'm just saying like that day pissed me off.
It left a sour taste.
I was just like, dude, this guy.
Like we get it, he's great, but
with his little glasses and his wonderful voice. Shut up. Hey.
So it's been a while. We talked about the Super Bowl a little bit. Baseball starting up, but we went to Planet Comic-Con at Kansas City last month. So that was your first time.
This is my first time at Comic-Con, and I don't know if we ever talked about it. I gotta say you've never been to Comic-Con, like you're just like stupid jock or whatever, and you've never been to Comic-Con. You're like, oh, it's just a bunch of nerds, and that's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. It is the most. I mean, picture every stereotype you can think of about Comic-Con, and that's essentially what's there. Have you seen the movie The Benchwarmers? That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but I will say this though. When I'm walking through crowds and people have like no common courtesy getting out of my way, I just want to punch them in the back of the head or something. Mm-hmm. People had common courtesy there. They were really nice. They were friendly. That's what I kind of watch for. But yeah, it's your stereotypical nerds. It's like going to the people who go to nude beaches shouldn't really be seen naked by anybody. That's what a lot of these costumes were. Like you got guys dressed as like Leonidas from 300, and he's not in shape at all. I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's just a bunch of nerds. And very much so, but I gotta say, if you are a fan of like Lord of the Rings, hey Paula,
what was that?
Hey Paula.
Oh, Harry. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, you did. I'm in character.
Yeah.
I'm in character.
You sure are.
But if like you're a fan of Lord of the Rings and like certain video games, if you're a fan of artwork by independent artists, Comic-Con would be for you to go check out. A lot of the artwork there wasn't my style. As far as like wall decor, I like photography, but like black and white photography. But it was interesting, and it's really just a bunch of vendors selling their stuff and their artsy stuff and selling novelty items. So they had a couple places doing like wands, Harry Potter wands.
I got one last year,
and you got one from this.
It's called Gypsum Wands.
Gypsum Wands.
He's from like Leavenworth.
Okay. Yeah, they're local to Kansas City. It's cool. I'm all for supporting local businesses and stuff. and they're like wooden wands. I'm sure the guy puts them on like a lathe to start with to probably. I don't know. I don't know. Surely he doesn't do it all by hand, but he could. I don't know. I mean, a lathe is by hand, but he puts them on like a little lathe, and that's where he gets the wands. And it was cool. They do like different designs. It's like different types of wood, and didn't she say that's like local?
Yeah, locally sourced. Like I think it's like recycled or something like that.
Yeah, it's like recycled wood, and they just make wands and they sell them, and they're Harry Potter wands. And then there was another place that's selling wands that weren't handmade by any means. They're made of plastic, but they're more my style. So I got, and I show up, and there's no Harry Potter wands. Oh yeah, they're name specific. So I got Draco Malfoy's wand and Fred Weasley's wand. And I walk up, and the first thing I was actually looking for Ron Weasley, because Ron's one of my favorite characters. But I don't care about Harry Potter. But the guy was saying like, yeah, all the Hermione's, the Harry Potters, and
the Elder Wand.
The Elder Wand and Ron Weasley wands were like gone. They were all gone yesterday. But I was like, you know what? I don't care, because I don't want to be that guy who like has the typical Harry Potter wand. And what's cool about these is they come in the box from, what's the name of it? The store.
What is that?
What's the name of the freaking, I am blanking, the one shop. What's the name of that freaking store?
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
It's on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot remember it. Shoot. But anyway, they come in little boxes. They got little padded to fit your wand. So Fred Weasley's.
He's got like an acorn on the end of it.
It's got like an acorn. But this one doesn't cast that good of spells. But Draco's is my favorite because it's
Ollivanders.
Ollivanders. Thank you. Jeez. Thank you. I was going to say that. Draco's is more simple. It's more like badass. That's why I like Draco's. It's more like...
I liked...
Leviosa. Sorry, I want to get that out of the way.
I like the way Sirius Black's wand looked. That was pretty cool.
They did have it. I don't remember how it looked, but
I remember
it had the drag. It had like the chrome dragon on the hand.
Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was too big.
Are you sure that was Sirius Black, or was that Draco Malfoy's dad?
Ooh.
I think it might have been Malfoy's dad.
It would make more sense to be that because of his cane. And
Yeah, I think it was Draco Malfoy's
dad.
Yeah, no. His wand, Sirius Black.
All I can tell you is Draco's and Fred Weasley's were my favorite. So that's as far as not like characters in the movies, but like or books because I read those. They were just my favorite looking ones. So that's why. And I'm more of a Slytherin, even though
you took a test and you were Hufflepuff. No, I'm kidding.
Even though I took a sorting hat test or whatever, and I was Gryffindor. Yeah, I was Gryffindor. But I don't know. Draco's my guy, man. There's something.
You also got a Negan bat there.
Oh, I didn't bring it down here to show on camera, but yeah, I got a Negan bat from The Walking Dead, who's my favorite character in The Walking Dead. I always like the bad guy. You notice that? I always like the bad guy. But
would you go again to Comic-Con?
Yeah, I would go again. But if I did go again and it was kind of the same thing as the year before, I'd probably be like, okay, I'm good for a few years.
Yeah.
Which I have a feeling it will be. But I will say there's a dude as Jack Sparrow who did a really good job.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Dude, that guy was good as Jack Sparrow.
So my experience at Comic-Con is my first year was 2014 with my dad. And most years I go because I just I feel like that's a place where you can literally be. To me, that's just like a paradise. Like you can be yourself and not really worry about people like looking ridiculous because you're not the most ridiculous looking person there. And also too, like nobody cares. Nobody in that like in nerd culture like really cares about like what really a lot of people think. But most years I go because there's a celebrity I want to meet. And I just like looking at the cosplays because people have intense cosplays. And this year we went on a Sunday, which was the first time going on a Sunday. Saturday is usually the day when it's the most packed and there's the most people. And you're going to see probably the best looking cosplay stuff. And Sunday, I liked it. There was still a lot of people there. My big concern with going on a Sunday was I was afraid that there'd be vendors gone. But most people there are contracted for 3 days. But but they're going to be there.
Contractions.
I think that probably what would have been the difference is obviously more people on Saturday and probably more cosplayers with more elaborate costumes. But we did see, obviously, so every year that I've been since 2014, I haven't been every year, but every year that I've been since then, Jack Sparrow has always been there. The same guy. He walks around like Jack Sparrow. He's like, "Hey, come in, Mike. Come in for the picture." You know, and
he does so good.
He literally becomes that character. And you know, this year though was the first time we actually talked with, like the first time I really talked with him. Every year I'm just like, "Dude, looks great. Like, thank you," and walk off. But this year he actually talked with us.
I hollered at him, "Why is the rum gone?" And he immediately came over to us and started talking to us.
I need some rum, mate. I was fucking dying of it.
Yeah, that was Ozzy Osbourne.
It's hard to kind of distinct the two.
It is. Actually, I just now realized that. Ozzy Osbourne and Jack Sparrow.
Ozzy Osbourne is Jack Sparrow as a pirate. That'd be awesome.
You're not going out with cocaine on your blouse.
Yeah.
Give me the cannonball.
Someone's stealing my grog. I don't think so, darling. And then I saw a Nazgul from Lord of the Rings. I think you were getting a drink or something, but
what?
Yeah, it was walking by. I'm like, Jared, look, and you were talking to somebody or something. So you maybe just
talking to anybody.
You maybe just you were.
I didn't talk to a single other person other than you and Maddie there.
No, you sat down.
And Jack Sparrow.
No, you sat down and got at a table with a guy, an older guy, and he started talking to you guys. Remember?
Oh,
I had to take a diarrhea, and then in the stall next to me, a guy came in and started throwing up.
Oh man,
he's like, ugh. He wasn't allowed to throw up.
He couldn't make it through Comic-Con.
No,
he couldn't make it.
He got too excited. Like I used to get too excited on Christmas Day, and I'd throw up in the morning. It happened like 2-3 years in a row. I don't know, but
really,
this guy probably got too excited, and he's like, ooh, and he went and threw up while I was pooping. But anyways, back to the important stuff. So I just love seeing people's cosplays, getting pictures with people. They always have lightsabers there that you can buy every year. They have, fake weapons and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I always, too, I'm trying to find this specific Power Rangers morpher. And I was close this year, and I was looking and just trying to find it.
And you went back to that same place.
I went back because I'm like, maybe I missed it. I didn't miss it. It wasn't
Amazon,
there.
Dude. Go on Amazon.
They don't show the one I'm looking for. It's from like early 2000s.
Then they probably don't make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't make it anymore. You can buy it off of eBay for like $200 or maybe $80.
There you go.
I'll save up a little bit. Maybe pull the trigger on that. But I just love the atmosphere of Comic-Con, and it really, I think what would probably, so every year we don't ever go to any panels or anything. And I think that's why people buy those 3-day passes is for the panels too, to mix things up. Because if you're just walking the floor, you can see everything in like 2.5, 3 hours. And if you're really looking at something, maybe like
an hour,
maybe like 4 or 5 hours, if you're really looking at everything they have to offer. But then after that, you're kind of, you've seen everything and you've gotten everything you've wanted. So I really think the thing that would get more longevity is if next time we were to do like some panels or something, or like, they'll have cast members from TV shows there, and
the guy who played Gus Fring from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and he was also in Mandalorian.
But Better Call Saul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito or something.
The dude from Boy Meets World was there.
Yep.
And then
they always have Star Trek people there.
The kid from E.T.
Yeah, who played Elliot.
Yeah. I didn't get a good look at him, but there was like a poster of him, and it didn't look a thing like him.
Well, you can see a little resemblance
because
he played that kid. I don't know, but I always like going there. I mean, you went there and you thought you was about to get married to a girl.
Yeah, there's like this chick dressed up like in a badass. She had like sunglasses on or something. I was like, dude, that chick she looks like she could fight.
Yeah.
I just kept staring at her.
And so this year, you were the one who got the most things out of me and Maddie. So maybe that makes you a nerd now, like you're officially a nerd.
Most things out of you and Maddie.
Yeah, you got the 2 wands and the Negan bat.
Oh, well, yeah. My first time, I want to get some wands, man.
So are you a nerd now?
Oh.
Why not? No, I mean, I really love Comic-Con. I mean, Obviously, I love it.
It was
I
cool.
love seeing. I just love seeing people who like aren't afraid to be themselves and not really worry about people judging them.
If not going, if you don't want to go because you just think it'd be weird and there's a lot of weirdos there, it's really not. They're normal dude. I mean, like I said, they're all nerds, but like I said, most generally people were really nice. I don't know. I didn't find anything like really weird or like, dude, that's messed up.
They had Boulevard Space Camper area set up. That was cool. We took some
they were
pictures
giving
there.
out free beer.
Yeah,
They were gonna have free beer.
Free stickers. I got 2 of them because they look so cool.
Yeah, I put those in your backpack and never got them. So those are probably mine.
No, because I know I grabbed 2.
Well,
there might be another one in the backpack. I'll check for you though.
Okay, it was in the very back pouch, first one, I guess you can say.
Okay,
but no, Comic-Con was cool, man. I'm not a hater on it by any means.
Oh, I got a picture with on the Palpatine chair, and I grittied up to the chair. Maddie was embarrassed, but it was awesome.
Should I gritty up there? I was like,
yeah.
Maddie's like, no, Kyle, no. I was like, dude, do it.
I widowy gwittied on the desk door.
Widowy gwitty up there.
And then I had this interaction with Kylo Ren. And do you ever watch on YouTube like the Star Wars Galaxy Hub world at Disney World or whatever? And
yes,
they have the people
they come
walk
across
around.
my TikTok.
Okay, well, if you ever see Kylo Ren and the Stormtroopers, they have something to where they're pre-recorded lines, so they all sound the same. And Kylo Ren has it to where it sounds like, Kylo Ren and stuff.
From the movie.
This guy had that, and it made me like think like, dude, I'm like, this is Disney World, right? Like, this reminds me of Disney World because I talked with him, and he's like, you're free to go, like in the voice and stuff. Yeah. And I had a little interaction with him. That was cool.
You think those were pre-recorded?
Oh, yeah. I think it's something to do with their gloves, because if you watch, I think they all do something with their gloves or their hands, and I think it speaks something. And if you notice, too, like when I talked to that guy at Comic-Con who played Kylo Ren, it took a minute for him to respond.
It did.
So I think he was doing something with his hands. Or there's something you can do. It's not there. Yeah,
it is cool. That was cool. And then that, like, medieval, like, guy with the beak.
Oh!
Yeah.
What do they call those? That guy was... Dude,
there was a few people dressed up like that, but his was just
what do they call them, like death doctors or something like that, or they call them something doctors, but yeah,
it's almost like their version of like the Grim Reaper or something, but they have like a little cane and stuff. His was freaky, but he's just leaning up against like a railing or something.
And I went up to take a pic. And you know what's cool? You'll find cosplayers like that, like Jack Sparrow, that guy, who are literally in character.
Yep.
And so you'll go up to him. I mean, this guy, like, he knew what he was repping. He knew, like, if he turned a certain way and was slow about it, it'd be creepy. And he was, like, down like this, so his hat, he had that hat and stuff.
Yeah.
And
then after Comic-Con, he's out hacky sacking on the street.
he's like skateboarding, like doing ollies and grinding.
He's hacky sacking with Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And Hagrid.
Yeah.
Hagrid
we did see Hagrid. Yeah, I got a picture with Hagrid.
It was cool. I liked it. I didn't mind it at all. I really didn't.
Yeah, I mean, who else? I mean, we saw the Ghostbusters there.
They're
there every year. I think what we did miss, I mean, there were still people who dressed up like as Star Wars that looked pretty badass, but I don't know if on Sunday we met, there's a legion called the 501st, and they're like a local charity group, or like actually I think they're worldwide, but they're Star Wars, they cosplay as like stormtroopers and a bunch of stuff. I don't think we caught them, but yeah.
I don't think I saw a single stormtrooper, maybe one or two.
Yeah, I don't know if I did either, but they have... Obviously, they have the Star Wars areas, and they did actually have like a gaming area too. I mean, video games there.
Oh yeah, like VR stuff. I kind of wanted to try that though, but they do have a place here in KC where you can go and do like VR for like birthday parties and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we should do that for like your 30th.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just something like that, or we go to that one place.
Top Golf?
No.
Oh, Level Up.
Because didn't they move that place?
They moved it, and they don't sell alcohol anymore.
Okay, then I don't want to go.
No, they moved. They don't sell alcohol anymore and stuff. But they were a sponsor there. In fact, when they were doing like a live podcast and stuff, and that was the Level Up people.
I didn't know they were doing a live podcast. I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep. That's where we met Jack Sparrow at.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
And he was drinking like a like a sun
juvie.
kissed. Oh,
Yes, a tang.
yeah, he's just walking around. Where's your rum? And he's drinking a
and a big thing too is like you and I are like in a Sea of Thieves mood lately for the past month and a half.
I'm gonna
or so.
be in that mood for a while.
I think so too. And so I was trying to look for little Sea of Thieves trinkets, which I didn't find any.
Yeah.
That kind of blew, but
no art of it either.
Yeah.
Or something. I feel like Sea of Thieves would be there though, at least in one.
I thought
spot.
they would. I don't think at least Planet Comic-Con is too much game oriented. Unfortunately, I think it's more like movies, TV shows, comics, things like that. I wish it was like had a little more of like video game stuff. Oh. Didn't we see Master Chief there or something?
We took a photo with him.
with him.
I touched his arm because of his costume, and
he looked
at me like,
"What the hell are you
what
doing?
What the hell, man?" I just wanted
You're like, "Cool."
I just like grabbed his bicep.
Yeah.
Dude, it was well made.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah,
cost,
yeah.
I was like, I just wanted to feel it. It wasn't like pajamas or something.
Man, last year, me, Caleb, and Maddie went, and we ran into these 3 guys who dressed like Spartans, and they looked badass, and they had the gun. Did you see the life-size proportion of that sniper rifle they had?
Oh, yeah.
That thing was like
Yeah.
it had a span of like 6 foot.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But
Saw Soap. Or,
we did Ghost. We saw Ghost. I think, yeah,
Ghost,
we did.
yeah.
I wanted to get a picture, but
he looked good too, man. He looked
yeah,
good.
yeah. His, I mean, dude, some people, and that's what you really look for is like, you have some people there who give it their best shot, but you're like, no. But like you have people
That's
like
not Jasmine from Aladdin.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. That was because I was like, oh, I want to go see the costume thing I thought it was a meet and greet. But pretty much what it was like
people go take photos with him.
Yeah. But they had Disney there and
the people dressed as Harry Potter characters. As Hagrid. Of course, it's a big dude with the beard.
Yep.
Great, fine. He looked decent. And then Draco Malfoy was a girl,
but looked like Draco.
And then so
Harry
was Harry Potter.
They looked like them. Like,
no, it did not.
I think it looked like if you were to take the book.
Draco, she looked like Draco from the second movie.
Yeah, slick back, blonde hair and stuff.
Harry Potter looked like a sewer rat. That was not. that was
I
not.
thought they looked good.
That was not Harry Potter. That was like Harry Potter or something. That was horrible.
Okay. What else? Who else did we take pictures with anybody else? I know that. No, I don't think so. Just random people. Yeah, like I said, like that's something that I really, and it's kind of like
Ghostbusters car.
Yeah,
which wasn't a hearse.
No, it was
Station.
updated. But they're called the Midland Ghostbusters, and they actually do like charity stuff around like
that's cool.
Midwest and stuff.
So like kids' birthday parties and stuff too. I bet.
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably
next generation.
Next generation, baby.
But it is kind of interesting to see like kids there with their parents, and they got like Lord of the Rings stuff, and it's like, dude, that's like our generation. I feel like. I mean, yeah, the books are a lifetime or whatever, but Lord of the Rings wouldn't be what it is without the movies.
Yeah,
this is how you market.
At least it probably wouldn't have the same like stamp on our generation if the movies weren't there.
Yeah, I agree with that, but
and I thought we'd see a lot more Mandalorian. Maybe we saw a couple like Mandalorian kind of looking costumes, but like I said, man, you go there and it's typically the Star Wars and even the Halo ones where the cosplays look really good.
Yep.
I mean, and that Halo guy, yeah, that was cool, dude. He felt his arm. He looked down.
I was like sorry, dude.
Sorry, you was about to get punched.
I was giving him a compliment though. It was well done. It was really well done.
And what was nice too is like we were able to park at your mom's work, and that was only like a block away. So that was nice.
A few blocks away.
And it was a good day.
It was a nice day. That's a little secret. You can't tell anyone about that.
I'm not
going
to tell anybody.
Can't tell anyone about that parking spot down there.
But so you would go next year though? You think?
I think I'd go next year. Yeah.
Just to see what it's like again. See if it's kind of like.
Was it worth like $50 ticket? I don't know about that.
I think it depends on what all you do. Like I said, I think if we did sit down and like next year, it only happens on Saturday nights, but I would like to see the cosplay contest because there were I saw pictures on Facebook and there were some pretty cool looking.
I gotta be honest with you, I was more interested at a point in the food trucks. I love food trucks. Like just getting.
Yeah, we got the Philly cheese food truck.
Philly cheese steak. I got actually a Philly chicken steak or Philly cheese chicken.
Philly chicken steak.
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
but they had a couple other places I really wanted to try, man. Yeah. I don't know. I like food trucks, man. They're cool.
Yeah. And actually,
Got good food.
they used to last year. They had food trucks like outside, up top though, but not down low.
Yeah.
I like how they did it this year. I like that a lot.
Oh, just right. Yeah, it was right. So you can just
right
go
by
grab
the
your
street.
food, and then you can go back in. And
Actually, you know what? It was cold that day. That's what it was. It was cold. It was cold. But yeah, like I said, also too, on Fridays and Saturdays at Comic-Con, they have like after parties. Like I think Saturday night at Power and Light, they had it was like going to be like a nerd convention. Like they were going to have people.
So their mom let them out.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, I looked it up and it was like Planet Comic-Con After Dark, and it was in Power and Light, and there was a shit ton of people there, and that's something I'd like to do.
Oh, cosplay stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure.
I think next year maybe I would like to go on a Saturday, just to get that.
I'm going to. I feel like, yeah,
It'll be crazier. It'll be more crowded, but
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
So maybe
I really felt like on Sunday when we did get there. I mean, we got there when they opened, right? We got there at like 10 o'clock.
pretty much, yeah, maybe like 10:15 or something. Like, yeah, it was pretty much right when they opened.
I feel like when I walked up, I'm like, I feel like I should be a little bit busier, but I got thinking, well, it is Sunday, so
yeah,
I bet Saturday people are lined up.
Oh yeah, Saturday would be crazy. I think we went Saturday last year, so yeah, I would say more people, but also too, like you see a lot of really cool like cosplay stuff. Like people like, you know, they put their heart in.
And I feel like those like really cool cosplay stuff would be there Saturday, and they won't go Sunday.
Yeah,
that's why I'd want to go Saturday, because they're probably just a lot more interesting people to see.
Yeah, and also too, it depends on like what stars are there, because some people, you know, if it's a star from like an old movie or something, some people might try to dress up as that. You know, I mean, I did see Star Trek people there. That was cool. I mean, you see that every year. So
a lot of like novelists too. There was like a few booths of just like, you know, novel.
In fact, that's like a big selling point too. Is like you meet the creators of like comic books, or like this year they had a guy named Gary Whitta who does this Xbox podcast, and he like co-wrote Star Wars Rogue One. He did After Earth with the Smiths.
Not a good movie.
No, it's not. But so he was there. So they'll have writers like that and like people who do stuff like that. So I like it, man. I like going every year, and you know,
glad I got my wands.
You got your wands and your Negan bat. Yeah, I really like my wand,
and that's cool. I like
your wand.
Draco's wand.
Draco's wand is pretty. Yeah.
So good. Careful.
Easy. You're gonna kill somebody with that thing.
Definitely annihilate someone with it.
Yeah. You could sneeze wrong and kill somebody, turn them into a dog or something.
All right.
Well, I think that's about it. Let's see. We're going to Herman in a couple weeks. That'll be exciting.
I love it. I know Ryan was saying, you know, before he wanted to go to Herman for his bachelor party and stuff, like he wanted to go to Nashville, and I've always wanted to go to Nashville. Don't get me wrong. I've always wanted to go, but I'm more excited about going to Herman than I ever would go to Nashville, because I hate traveling.
And we get to see Wine River again.
See Wine River again, and it's easy planning.
Yeah.
Like everyone, I told Ryan, I was like, literally everyone can just go do whatever the hell they want, but we got to have like a rule where if you do, we got to come back for dinner.
Like we all Street Pizza.
We all need, sure, we go to 4th Street. I'm going there. We should just go there straight for dinner Friday night.
Oh, hell yeah.
4th Street. I can't forget about that chicken teriyaki or chicken barbecue. Chicken barbecue pizza.
Good.
That was the all-time best chicken pizza I've ever had.
Yeah.
But everyone can do what the hell they want, but the rule is, like, I'm going to tell everyone, like, we got to meet back for dinner. And, you know, if you
are we doing what we did last time, getting there on Friday, going to
Copper Mule. Yeah. So we're going to do basically what we did last time. Copper Mule Friday. And then, of course, dinner and stuff Friday night. And then Saturday we'll do the wine tour, which I think was like $25 or something.
I don't think Ryan wants to go to like one of the places like Stonehill.
Dude, it's on the wine tour.
But I don't
remember what those people were telling us on the train ride? Don't go to Stonehill. It's just a bunch of this and that or whatever. And I'm like, that. And then we get there. I'm like, you know what? It is very marketed wine. It's very factory tasting wine. But I like the place.
The only thing I liked
about
it
was
the view.
The view was cool and the building was cool.
But I need to try to see if white wine gives me a headache, because red wine does. Red wine gives me a headache, but I need to see if white wine does. But honestly, that'll probably be the only time I drink wine. Because other than that,
Do you remember my cornhole shot at Stonehill?
Vaguely.
And no one saw it but you. I was like 40 feet back from the hole, and I went, Kobe! And I hooped it and freaking got it in the hole.
Swish.
And I turned around to see if anyone looked, and you're like, you got it. I was like, okay. Someone saw that. No, and I looked at Ryan. He's looking at a butterfly or something. And but no, that was a good trip. Why were we? Oh, that was my 30th. We were down there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. That's like I've been looking forward to the last couple months. Ever since like he announced we're going to her. Yes. There's gonna be like 9 of us going, and the house that we have down there is gonna be really big. It's gonna be comfortable, not like last time. And that attic,
Yeah,
that was literally an attic. I don't care who you are. That was an attic. It was hot, even though I was
humid. We honestly didn't stay too much in the room though, which is the only good thing, I guess.
Probably because it wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah,
seriously. And it probably just, I'm not saying it wasn't comfortable. I'm just saying it just, you had to duck to go take a piss in the bathroom. To get in the bathroom, you had to turn your head one way. That was.
Ryan really didn't do his research, I think. But
you know what? Ryan honestly,
like
it would have been probably no better than me, or it was probably better than me because he probably researched, knowing Ryan, he probably researched it, but it was really about money too. Like, how, and you're right, like, how much did we actually stay in that room?
Mm-hmm.
You know, would we have paid double to go stay in a place that was doubly nice? Probably not. I think we would have probably been sitting here right now and been like, dude, we didn't need a place that night. But the first place I want to go to, Copper Mule, and then I want to, of course, go to dinner with all you guys, but we can keep it casual because it's Friday night. We can go to pizza, or I want to go to the Feng Shui or Fenwa or whatever, where Sable owns the place. I want to go eat there because I didn't get the food, and I remember asking her there, like, is the food any good? And she said, well, yeah, of course she would say it's good. No one that we talked to, like the locals and stuff or anybody else, said that place has good food. You got to go there. They all said this other place that had like that fried macaroni ball, which was overrated. I can get those in a box at Hy-Vee grocery store, but
I want to go to the is it the Shire or something, or something night? It's across from Fenwa. Remember where they have like the tea, the blackberry whiskey tea, like that. I love that.
I didn't go there with you guys.
Yes, you did, because it was hot and the train was late and you came in there.
That's not across the street from Fenwa.
It's near Fenwa. No, you're right.
No, it's not. It's on the opposite side of town.
It's right across from the train. What's that place called though?
I don't know. It's where she gave me a free whiskey.
Black Horse or something, or?
Well, there's a place down there called Black something.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Fenwa's on the other side
you're right,
of down Main Street, but
I think it's called Black Shire.
Yeah, but I don't think you get food there.
You can't get food, but they have really good drinks. I really like their tea and stuff.
We can go. We don't have to do the wine tour all day Saturday. We just want to get there at like 8:00 when it opens. I think it's 8. We can just go to like 4 different wineries.
No,
until
we're going to 2.
It doesn't matter. We'll do whatever we want, and we'll go do that, and then we'll like that afternoon. Or we'll go get some lunch, and then that afternoon for like the next 3 hours, we'll just go have a drink here at this place. Cool. Go have a drink at another place. Cool. Go have a drink at another place. Cool. And whatever place we like best, that's where we go eat dinner or whatever. But the bars aren't open very long down. It's not like 3 a.m. like here in Kansas City. It's like midnight. So I do want to go to that piano bar though. Gotta get brunch there again.
See, I think that's kind of overrated. I thought the piano bar was okay. I wasn't too big a fan of it.
Yeah, we just had brunch there, though.
Yeah, but no, well, Maddie and I went there on our honeymoon, and I thought it was a little overrated. I did. We also went to a place
food or just like the atmosphere.
I don't know. It wasn't too big a fan of it. But we did go to a couple little like pop-up bars that were fancy and had the best old fashioned I've ever had there.
So you judge a bar off old fashions?
No, I just judge it. So it really depends on what you need to do. I would say like,
because I have a drink now that I judge bars off of, and that's
Whiskey Coke.
no Moscow Mules.
Okay.
Honestly,
No. Actually, yeah, I think I do kind of gauge like
I had a Moscow Mule at, gosh, I don't even remember how long ago this was. A week or two ago. Some bar.
But here's the thing too.
Johnny's Jazz Bar. And it wasn't that good.
I'm not going to get an old fashioned like an Applebee's. Like there. You got to kind of know where you're headed. Finois.
You said it was good.
It was good, but there's this place. It only seats about 15 to 20 people.
Ooh,
and
that's how you know it's good.
And it
Small
was
joints.
It was, yeah, dude, because this guy like did it, he did it. It was him and his wife, and it's actually in. Remember where that old timey kind of like little gas station looking store is? It's right in there.
Oh,
and I hope they're still there. When they say pop up, I don't know if that means it's only there temporary or if like
pop up. Usually, like those places, they're trying to do a startup, so they'll rent out a vacant room and make it their own for a month, 2 months, a week, however long. And you guys were down there kind of in prime time, though, weren't you? Summertime when you guys went to Herman?
No,
when did you guys go?
We went for Thanksgiving last year.
Oh, shoot. That was a while ago. I didn't think it was that long ago. Anyway, so they'll do that just to kind of see if they can.
But we went to two, and they had like the best drinks, and it was very, very intimate, like really small. So, I mean, I think if all 9 guys went there, we'd take like half the place up. That's how small it is.
We're gonna shut that place down.
It was off, dude. It was
9
great.
p.m. Last call.
I want to go to this place. I want to go to Lionheart Whiskey, because I need to save up a bit. But they have this old fashioned kind of like kit, but it's expensive. But it comes with a glass and stuff. I'd like to do that. Also, what?
I'm just thinking about what you just said.
Yeah, I would like to do that. And they have like a class that teaches you how to make an old fashioned, but I think I did that and it wasn't like amazing. Like I make a better old fashioned. But I would like to get their little kit because like, I love the glasses that they look like in Lionheart, And then of course, Hogshead. That's where you'll find, if you're like, where's Kyle at? You'll see me blowing like smoke rings.
I think I said something to Ryan. I was like, yeah, if we ever need to find Kyle, he's at Hogwarts.
I'll be at Hogshead or I'll be at probably Lionheart Whiskey.
I don't think we ever went to Lionheart.
You didn't. You went back and napped, I think.
I drank too much.
Me and Ryan went and did it.
I hit a point where it's like bedtime now. So,
but
I did.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be fun.
And I tried to rally. So we went to that live music place, and you guys wanted
outside?
to go. I was enjoying the hell out of that place. You guys wanted to go.
It was outside, right?
Yeah.
And they had the bar like in a cellar.
Yeah, I was down the cellar.
Yeah.
That was a cool place.
And then didn't you have to go poop bad or something? So you took the keys? Like somebody had to open it up for you?
Oh, that was when we were waiting on the train.
Yeah,
dude. I had to poop so bad. And she let me. I was like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" She's like, "Well, we just locked it up." I'm like, "Dang it!"
She gave you the
keys. Yeah, and it was nice and clean when I got in there because I just cleaned it, and I got it all dirty. Little they know, I TP'd the hell out of the stall.
Ooh.
Yeah. Little do they know.
Are you gonna go to the toy store again?
No.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, I probably will. I probably will.
You need to get
I want to get like a pirate ship or the Back to the Future.
No.
You want me to get the freaking pancake ship one?
Dude, let's get the Enterprise. We'll split it 50-50.
Okay, well, it stays here then. 110% of the time.
Where'd you put it?
I don't know. That's not. It stays here. I can do what I want with it.
If we go 50,
if you want to show it off to people, you have to bring them over here.
If it's 50-50, then you can't just put it like it has to be like in your game room.
I'd actually probably hang it from the ceiling, like on string.
Yeah. Okay, well, why don't we see what it looks like
when
we
we
get there?
Myself, dude.
Well, let's just take a look. You'll just tease me with it because you're not even a Star Trek fan.
No.
But I'll show up one day and you'll have it hanging. I'll be like,
yeah, I'll do it just to annoy you.
What's that? What are those called again?
Playmobil.
Playmobil. That's right. Yeah.
And I almost bought like the entire like Back to the Future ones, like
those are cool. I think
the
you can put them on
DeLorean, the
display.
Toyota, the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
I almost bought all of it like on Amazon. And it's cheaper on Amazon. Of course, she's upselling it.
Well, she had the Enterprise for like $500, but she said I'll give it to you for $250, right?
Yeah, and that's how much it is on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
we know that
$249.
we can talk her down, like to.
Oh yeah, or we can just buy it on Amazon and split it. Why would you go somewhere where you know there's
We're gonna be there
markup?
anyways.
I got Amazon on my phone.
Yeah, but
we're here.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be more exciting to buy it and then hold it right there? And you're like, look, boys, look what we got.
It's in a box. You got to put it together. You got to assemble it.
Yeah, but to be like, boys, she wanted 500. We got 250 for it. Look at what we got on Ryan's bachelor party.
But little do you know that I know it's already half off anyway, half that price on Amazon.
You just told me though.
Yeah, now you know you're not getting the deal.
Let's see what it's like when we get there.
If anyone's smart, if we go like, "Hey boys, we bought the Enterprise. How much you pay for that?" Oh, she wanted 5, but we came down to 3.
But the boys don't know that. That's what I'm saying.
One of those mofos is gonna go up and go like, "What's this called?" Because I do the same thing. $300 for a toy,
and then they'll be like, "Dude, it's $250 on Amazon." I'll be like, "We know."
We know, you idiot.
Yeah, that's why we talked her down. To be honest with you though, I'm kind of surprised that is still around, that shop, because it looks like people really go in and don't buy anything.
She probably does a bunch of stuff online. A lot of those places that do stuff online like that, they will buy a window shop, but it's really just to store their crap.
Oh, I see.
And that's where they hang out.
I got you.
And they make it look nice, like it's a store and stuff. But she does her stuff online.
Yeah.
She buys it off probably the Playmobil website and then just
ships
upsells it. But
sweet. Well, okay.
I'm good, man.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm excited for her.
I gotta go get the dog.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, we'll see everybody next time.